got one step closer to receiving state funds that they could use for a down payment on a home. Senior national correspondent William LaJeunesse reports. Hi, William.
Well, Martha, the bill just passed the state Senate. It now goes back to the Assembly, where Democrats have a supermajority, and aides tell me it is likely to pass. The bill makes illegal migrants eligible for $150,000 to buy a new home. Lawmakers created the program so citizens and legal residents could afford to live here. But last week, Democrats changed the law to say this: an applicant who meets requirements for the loan assistance program shall not be disqualified solely based on the applicant's immigration status.
The social and economic benefits of homeownership should be accessible to everyone, regardless of immigration status.
So the program provides first-time buyers with a zero-interest loan up to 20% of the home's purchase price. So that's up to $150,000 cash up front for a down payment and closing costs. This year, this $255 million program sold out in 11 hours, requiring a lottery. 18,000 applied, 2,000 got loans. And when a home sells, the state is repaid with a small percentage of any appreciation. The bill is sponsored by a prominent Latino rights group with close ties to Vice President Harris.
What the rest of the America needs to be worried about is the Kamala Harris-Walz administration taking these crazy California ideas and nationalizing them and taking them to the rest of the country. The country can't afford to buy illegal immigrants' homes.
Well, this bill does have a lot of Democratic support. The question is, does Governor Newsom sign it? If it passes, smart money in Sacramento tells.
Wow, 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 wow. Folks, can you believe what's going on in California? You know, when I tell my friends on the left, you know, you're at a dinner party, you're out with friends, and you tell them all these things are happening, or they're about to happen, or they're trying to push these laws out, and they go, come on, come on, Nasser. They're not doing that. You're just making this stuff up. And I go, you know what? Google it, for crying out loud. Just Google it. What are you doing? Come on. Look at this, folks. August 27th. August 27th. Just a day ago, the Senate in California passes a bill 23-11 that would help pay, as you said, for home down payments for illegal immigrants. The bill is going to pass. It's going to go from here to the representatives. And then from there, it's going to pass because they have a supermajority. And then it's going to go to Gavin Newsom. And in this, I don't know what he's going to do. I would think that, hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? Balls to the walls. Go ahead. We'll approve this. Assembly Bill 1840 by Assemblyman Joaquin Arambula, a Democrat from Fresno, says it would expand the eligibility of the California Dream for all. The California Dream. Here's what happens. Aren't we told what stays in Vegas stays in Vegas? Why can't we do the same damn thing? Whatever stays in California should stay in California. We don't want this crapola. We don't want this socialist Marxist agenda. Why should we be giving up to $150,000 in taxpayer-funded money that you and I pay each and every single year? I don't care if it's still one illegal. I don't want it going to anybody. It should be going to American citizens. We have veterans that don't have homes. And yet California, how many veterans have got this? I don't know. But they basically, here's what they talked about. If approved, it says illegal immigrants can enter the lottery system under the program. If approved, it will be approved. Illegal immigrants can enter the lottery system under the program. It gives them a 20% down payment up to $150,000. This year, 18,000 people applied. There's a lottery system. 1,700 were chosen. As far as I'm concerned, that is 1,701 more people. If they're U.S. citizens, okay, fine. And that's what they were. Now this bill is talking about illegal aliens. So if it adds to that number, I'm not for it, folks. Not if it's going to be for illegal aliens. Now it says it's being introduced early this year. AB 1840 has been one of the most highly debated bills of the year. Arambula has said that many in the state have been denied the program despite paying taxes and the housing needs to be more accessible. Meanwhile, Republicans and more moderate Democrats have said that the bill would increase costs and there is no money left to fund such an expansion, and that the money would still be going to people who entered the country illegally and broke the law, even if they have a tax ID number. How do we actually know that some of the money out of that 1,700, what was it? 1,700? How do we know that not a single one of them were illegal? We don't. We're never going to find out. We're never going to do that. Now, to get some more background, let's see what Bill Hemmer on Fox News had to say when they were looking at the fact of what this bill could do. Let's go to cut number 17 right now.
A taxpayer-funded program on home ownership. The proposal would allow illegal immigrants to become eligible to receive interest-free loans on homes. Here's national correspondent William Lajeunesse.
We will end America's housing shortage.
By doing that, Vice President Kamala Harris hopes to make housing more affordable. In California, fellow Democrats are trying, not just for U.S. citizens, but illegal immigrants.
The social and economic benefits of homeownership should be accessible to everyone, regardless of immigration status.
Initially, only low-income citizens or legal residents were eligible for the taxpayer subsidy. But last week, Democrats overrode Republican opposition, changing the law to say, quote, an applicant who meets the requirements for a loan under the Home Purchase Assistance Program shall not be disqualified by the agency solely based on the applicant's immigration status.
It's taking money away from people that are here in California legally.
The lottery program provides some first-time buyers with zero-interest loans up to 20%. That's up to $150,000 in cash to use for down payment and closing costs. So far this year, the state paid out $255 million to roughly 2,000 buyers.
Chidla is proud to sponsor AB 1840.
The bill's sponsor is a Latino advocacy group with close ties to Harris, who gave Chirla her first meeting after becoming senator in 2016. The group also supports her presidential run.
What the rest of America needs to be worried about is the Kamala Harris-Walz administration taking these crazy California ideas and nationalizing them and taking them to the rest of the country.
The state is repaid when the home is sold, plus a small percentage of any appreciation. Analysts expect the bill to pass the legislature this week.
So, folks, there you go. $250 million or $255 million, $250 million to 2,000 home buyers. Now, I know that's in California. I would imagine, I would think that the majority of those are going to help first-time homeowners. Okay, fine, tax dollars going to work. California's doing it. But I get asked again, any of those illegals that were getting money? They shouldn't have, not over U.S. citizens, not over veterans, not over, let's talk about, okay, people with handicaps. Not only people on the lower totem pole of the economic ladder. Okay, that's what the thing was out for. Now, the big question is it's saying over here is that what is Governor Newsom going to be doing? He is in a quandary, folks. Because if he's thinking, you don't think that Governor Newsom is looking at running in 2028? Smart strategic move, not trying to do for 2024. He's still young. 2028 is when he's going to come out to run against probably, somebody on the Republican ticket after President Trump's 4 more years. Yes, I said it. Trump's going to win. Take it to the bank. Anyways, he has aspirations, and the question is he going to try to pivot to look more moderate? Or are we going to be able to hang this albatross around his neck as well? And these are the kind of things that Donald Trump, when he goes to debate, needs to talk about and says, look, you're coming from California. You're all about this. Are you against this? You're the one that wanted for home buyers, right? Giving away to U.S. citizens, or supposedly U.S. citizens. Of course, the Democrats, once they authorize a bill to go to everybody, whether they're legal or illegal, it doesn't matter. And now they're going to want to give $25,000 to buy your first home. You know what that's going to do, right? You don't need to be an economics major to figure this out, folks. Any 5 or 6-year-old will tell you. You want to stop something? You want to increase the price of a product? You really want to increase the price of a product? Give it some incentives. Free incentives. That's all you got to do. The price of a home is now going to jump up $25,000 because the money is there. Remember the cash for clunkers fiasco? Bring in your cash for clunker. Doesn't matter what you got. We'll pay you $4,500 or whatever. Cars coming in, no engine, no wheels, no doors. $4,500. That's exactly what's going on. This is what's happening, folks. The stuff from California flows eastward. We don't need this. Home buying programs for U.S. citizens only. And if you want to do the programs, let each state decide what to do. And it should be state money from state taxes. Why are they taking federal money and utilizing? You want to do it in your state? Use the state taxes that you collect. There's an idea. There's a thought. Anyways, folks, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasser Sheikh Show. I'm your host, Dr. Nasser. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, like, share, and follow us. You know all what to do. Check on our links above and below. I'll leave with my final thought, which is, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.